Nguuru jame wooye yaa dun ko nangu no tange no rangela dun ko nangu fetal liif kaso wooy dun ko nangu
ay dun ko nangu wooy dun ko nangu ay nanu ma ko jëlee ko fii bala ñoo jeex.
waaw ñu dellu si ci coup d'état bi pour rek nga ñu xam ci dëgg-dëgg lan moo taxoon rek ngeen def ko ca julaay at ma ñu génn ak xam aussi ndax mbir mi lu ngeen yàgg a xalaat la ou bien daal ci loo xam ne ci ay fan yu néew ngeen ko préparé def ko.
waaw da nga bëgg a xam lu tax ñu def ko si mois de juillet mooy lu tax ñu def ko si weeri julaay ndax lu tax ñu def coup d'état
ngeen def ko.
waaw lu tax ñu def ko lu tax ñu def ko Gambie yëpp fu mu nekk nii àdduna bi yëpp xam nañ ne gouvernement bi fi nekkoon nekkutoon gouvernement club yi sàcc lépp loo xam ne pour dëkk bi sàcc nañ ko yëpp ba pare taxaw fële di ñu wax affaire yi démocratie ak human rights béykat yi baadoola yi ñu ngi gën a ñàkk bés bu nekk ñoom ñi nekk au pouvoir ñu ngi gën a am xaalis te ñu ñëpp Gambien lañ te Gambie gerte bi ak mbéy mi lañ yaakaar su fekkee ne ñiy béy di lifin économique sustain économique dëkk bi ñoom ñu ngi gën a ñàkka ñi nekk ci pouvoir bi ñoo xam ne defuñ dara liggéey rek la ñoo def ñoo ñu gën di am xaalis kon nga xam ne am na loo xam ne there's something wrong ñu gis ne gars yi nekkañ fi dara sàcca rek ku ñu def ministre tey ëllëg nga dawal benn boo xam ne kenn xamul naka nga fan la jógee nga am kër Fajara nga am kër London ba pare sa doom yi duñ fi demee école ñuy dem ay Angleterre ak Amérique te Gambien yoo xam ne ñoom ñoo liggéey gerte gi boo xam ne boobu lañ jaay pour am luñ laa feye ñooñu ñu ngi ñàkk a lekka bu baax sax amuñ ko kon nga xam ne loolu mënuñ ko toléré fen corruption bi fi nekkoon dafa ëppal loxo dëkk ba ngi gën a dem mu ngi gën a delloo gannaaw parce que yéen affaire yi courant bi da ngeen de wax Banjul Gambie dafa lëndëm soo demee amuñ courant fukka juróom-ñetti at ñu ngi am problème yi courant benn tey gouvernement bi defu si dara waaye ñoom ñu ngi am ay générateur seen kër faale ñu affaire yi baadoolaay ceeb moom ñoom ceeb bi gën a baax la ñoo lekk baadoolaay ñu leen a jox ceeb boo xam ne picca sax su ko lekkee feebar xar su ko lekkee dee loolu mënuñ ko toléré fet parce que yow li ñu laa fay mooy taxe bu ñoo fay mooy lempo yi béykat yi lu ñoo béy sa dëkk bi jaay ko mu ñëw si government bi boobu moom lañ laa fay su fekkee ne yow da nga am xaalis be nga bàyyi dëkk bi di dem di jouer golf billet avion yi benn mun naa fayal juróom-ñaari xaleel seen school fees for 5 years nga jël loolu di dem di jouer golf dem loolu di dem pati nga am xaalis be da ngaa jënda Mercedes Benz di ko may sa jànxa loolu fañ nga jëlee xaalis bi ba pare suñ la waxee ne su communauté bi ne lopitaan lañ bëgga ñu ne xaalis amut yoon bi baaxut dañ bëgga yoon nga ne xaalis amut école amut xaalis amut lopitaan amut xaalis amut loolu leen laaj xaalis amut ba ñu war a forcer nit ñi pour ñu jënda ndox loolu mënuñ koo toléré loolu tax ñu gis ne ñun soldat lañ ñun militaire lañ dañ waat ne dañoo dee pour suñ dëkk bi pour défendre suñ dëkk su fekkee nit attaqué nañu o loo xam ne lu bon mu ngi dox si dëkk bi ñun ñoo ko war a aar parce que civil yi dañ la war a protéger parce que loolu mooy suñu liggéey protéger dëkk melul ne da nga war a protéger gouvernement bi ñun dañu am suñu juuti Gambia National Army ne Gambien la ñoo défendre suñu ne Gambien nit masse bi ñoo tax ñu wax du gouvernement bi te man suma soldat yi dama leen de wax ne su fekkee ne ñu ngi nekk di yaax a génne parce que ñun dañu waat ne suñu dëkk bi la ñoo défendre du ay groupe yi sàccakat loolu tax ñu yàgga plan loolu yàgga nañ ko plan waaye xam nga lu nekk tant yàlla su jotut doo ko mën a def nekkoon naa fii ñu génne ma fii ñu ne man dama bëggoon a def coup d'état man ne waaye suma temps su jotee naa ko def Jawara xam na ko so nekkul laa ne dañ jóg nii rek plan ko luy yàggal lañoo dañ ko yàgga plan waaye time yi yàlla moom lañ doon xaar rek boobu jot ñu def ko. I have now decided that I'll participate fully in the treatment of certain critical cases. One is asthma and one is HIV/AIDS. Well, since 1994, there are many Gambians who know what I can do. A lot of people have been treated in silence or under strict conditions of confidentiality.
The conditions to meet in order to receive the treatment were spelled out by the President.
One, the patient would accept to be treated publicly. First, in fact, the first and most important condition is that the person must be diagnosed by a medical practitioner or from a medical institution that the person has this particular disease.
The medicine to be used is carefully prepared by the President himself. President Jammeh's treatment entails reciting prayers from the Holy Quran before the start of each treatment, rubbing of herbal ointment and herbal mixture all over the patient's body, leading the patient in prayer, and giving the patient a herbal drink. This treatment is intensively carried out daily within the first few days and gradually reduces the intensity as the patient shows signs of well-being.
I thank the Almighty Allah for what we have achieved so far. Now, these are people that the least, these are people who have the disease for at least 12 years. Now, most of them, when you check the date of diagnosis and when their problems started or when their partners died, it's almost 12 to 13 years. So we are not dealing with a new case or somebody who has been infected just a few years ago. But you will see that I said 3 days. And obviously, when you go to the records, which is film, which is on video, on tape, you will see that even after the first treatment, the first day, the first treatment in the morning, they have seen marked improvement because they all came with severe abdominal pain, constipation. Somebody was having constipation, chest congestion. Some of them, one was suffering from chronic dizziness, loss of appetite, and they could not even stand for a long time, except for 2 that were really very strong. No. And so the 3rd day, you can see them, they were running the 3rd day, they were doing exercise and laughing. Today, alhamdulillah, I think you spoke to most of them. And every day we treat them, we ask them for any problems, and they tell none of it. There's none today that is feeling any pain, any part of the body.
The Gambia is a very small country in West Africa. It's actually a very beautiful country, known for its beaches. The reality is that in Gambia, the president is well known for his penchant to violate human rights.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the Fatu Radio, and this is the Today Show with Fatu. And what a day today. You'll remember it was this day in 1994 when the president now Yahya Jammeh came to power, but we all know where we are today with illegal arrest, illegal detention, and disappearances without trace, and all of that.
Fatou Camara was the press secretary to the president. She was fired, and then she was charged under a new law that criminalizes spreading false information. She runs an online radio show.
I have calls from people who fled from the Gambia every day. See, every morning, every night, people are fleeing from Gambia because of the situation there. Either they were arrested and then they had to leave, so they call us and try to get us to help them.
Progressively, things have gotten worse in the country. Journalists have been detained. People are moving out of the country. LGBT people are being harassed.
There will be no compromise on racists, drug dealers, homosexuals, pedophiles, rapists. These are not going to be tolerated in this country.
I was beaten by the Gambian government, by security officers, the Gambian security, because it's an order from the president's office that any lesbian or gay caught, you're going to be punished.
The climate of fear is very pervasive. Of all the countries that I visited as a special rapporteur, this is the one where you could actually feel that if you ask certain questions from some people, you really put them in trouble.
It is very, very common in Gambia for people to be picked up, especially journalists, members of the opposition, and senior government officials who the president, just fell out of favor with.
People who tortured me, they were eight security officers. They were all uniformed soldiers from the office of the president. They covered their faces with masks, and then also they put plastic on top of my head, and so that I wouldn't be able to recognize anybody. And they also, at one point, they even stripped me naked and administered electricity on my genital areas.
A number of groups have been implicated in these abuses, including the National Intelligence Agency and also a paramilitary group called the Junglers. They arrest people, they harass people, they detain people, and they torture people.
They told me that because my problem was my mouth and my hand, so they decided to break my hand into pieces. They hit me with an iron until I hear my bones crack. And then also they came with a bayonet and sliced me with the bayonet here.
Some of us have their arms broken. I lost my eye, they broke my eye. And then we were left naked for hours. And for the first 31 days, we were subjected to all inhuman treatments, and we were not allowed for 31 days to wash our face, have a bath, or to change our clothes.
We spoke to someone who worked as a top official in the National Intelligence Agency. He was there for 13 years. He actually confirmed the torture techniques being used by the NIA, but he himself was arrested and he ended up fleeing the country.
The Junglers, they are the very special elite group of the president, so they are untouchable. They can kill, they can rape, they can do whatever. They beat, they punish. They just lock you incommunicado so your family wouldn't even know where you are.
I was kept 5 months, 17 days incommunicado. No access to lawyer, no charges, no family, no medical treatment, nothing absolutely.
Imam Baba's only crime was to speak out against the illegal execution of 9 people in 2012.
Every day, they'll pull me out of the cell, take me somewhere, beat me at it for 2-3 hours. Every day, till 9 days. The 9th day, they took me to a big hole like a grave. They put me there and they covered my body with sand up to my chest. And they said, now it's just to bury you completely if you don't tell us the truth.
In the case of torture and of disappearances, the state is obligated to investigate even a single case of torture. In the case of the Gambia, we could not ascertain a single case of any state agent being investigated, let alone prosecuted or punished.
The international community needs to do more, needs to keep on pressing with the government, both in private conversation and publicly in solidarity with the people of the Gambia. The UK, the US, the European Union, and African countries, and the African Union, they need to do more, keeping on pressing President Jammeh to respect the rights of the people of
The Gambian government commits serious human rights violations against virtually anyone who dissents, anyone who criticizes the government. People are disappeared, people are tortured, people are arrested arbitrarily, detained for prolonged periods.
You may know there was an execution for 9 inmates in August 2012. As an activist and a religious leader who love really peace, I made my summons against the execution before it's executed, but that does not have any help. He continued, he did the execution, and then they want to Islamanize it, and I know it's not Islamic. So I went to my mosque and I have some interviews with some local papers, and since it was published and my summons become known, I become target in a serious manner.
Yes.
Receiving many threatening calls, harassment, even at the traffic, till December 3rd, when I was arrested. They picked me up from my home, from my residence, around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. And since then, I was taken to an unknown place in Comunicado with horrible conditions, tortured, beyond expectation. I believe the international community haven't done a lot about Gambia, maybe because it's not well exposed. As you know, it's hard to say though, but really the international community, they always focus where they have interest. That is, Gambia, unfortunately, is a very poor country. They have no oil, no diamond, no even coffee like Abidjan. So, in a nutshell, they don't have much interest there. But really, the atrocities that are taking place as we speak, there are journalist Abdullah Sise who have been abducted for the last 3 months just because he said something that is not in line with what the government wanted to say.
There are many Gambians. Gambia has a good, strong diaspora in the States, in the UK, elsewhere. Some of them say they can't come home while you are president because they feel they will be detained, because they've been in opposition, because they have a different notion of how the Gambia should develop. What would you say to those people?
They are not in the Gambia, right?
They're outside.
They're outside the Gambia. And they say they are afraid of coming. But there are thousands of Gambians also who come here every December to celebrate New Year and whatever. Thousands of Gambians in the diaspora. Those who commit offenses have no place in this country. And let me make it very clear. Let me make it very clear. You have about 2 million Gambians. And if you want me to sacrifice those 2 million Gambians, their well-being and their security and stability in this country, I will not. Yes, that's my philosophy. Yes. So they can stay there. Why would they want to come to the Gambia if they think that where they are free? Let them practice whatever they want. Okay? And most of those people are not, they have denounced their Gambian citizenship. Now, those Western countries want to use them against my country to destabilize this country, they will find me here. And that's why they are afraid of coming.
America is about what? Freedom! And what? Justice! America is about what? Justice and freedom! Why we are here today? Justice and freedom! People, what do you want? Justice and freedom! When do you guys need it? Now! What do you say about it today? My fellow citizens of the Gambia, what do you guys need? Justice! Now! Yes, what day? Now! My fellow citizens of the Gambia, justice and freedom! What do you guys want it? Now! Justice!
Gambia is an Islamic republic.
Gambia nekk Islamic
It
loolu lan la tekki wa koto mu neti
That is our coat of arms.
loolu moo nekk suñ mandargaay nguur gi
We don't even know what it means.
ak koto fa mu maaloon na banko
We will be an Islamic state
mbekela Islamic state
that will respect the rights of all citizens and non-citizens.
dinañ jox cër ak
mooy li nga xam ne moom la ñoo gis wax nañ ne lii lembee réew mi ñu ngi tànn naan Gambia Republic of Islam or Islamic Republic waxoon naa ci waare gi ma waare woon ne fii réewu emlante la kenn ëppalewu fu kenn waru fee ëppal kenn dëkk bi ndem benn la ñun ñëpp benn lañu ci kanamu yàlla kenn gënu fee kaweeg toogu kenn gënu fee rëy lal kenn ñun ñëpp la yàlla binda ni ay mindeef te ci suuf lañu war a nekk.
It's a song Gambian radios won't put on air. And yet it's going viral, spreading online throughout the country. The lyrics denounces Gambia's lack of freedom of speech, arbitrary detention, and rampant corruption.
After being fed up and seeing my people be quiet and not being able to speak out against police brutality, not being able to speak out against corruption, not being able to speak out against people going missing for no reason, not being able to speak out about the level of hardship in this country. As an artist and as a rapper, I really believe that I'm the voice of the people, and being the voice of the people, I have this responsibility which is on me to actually speak out against what's going on.
Behind these lyrics is young rapper Killer Ace. He grew up in Harlem, New York. After being involved in gang violence, his family sent him back to the Gambia. There he says he saw what he calls the biggest gangster of them all. President Dr. Yahya Jammeh. Human rights organizations have accused him of being a ruthless dictator. He hit the headlines recently when he threatened to slit the throats of all homosexuals. To celebrate his 21 years in power following a coup, he freed hundreds of people from prison. This is when Killer Ace released his song. Although the song wasn't officially banned, his family started getting threats. With his wife, daughter, and manager, he fled the country by road to Senegal.
Looking at what happened to other people, such as journalists, etc., go missing, nobody knows where they at for a long time, get tortured. But considering that my song is probably bigger than what anybody else ever did, I believe my situation would have been even worse, you know, because then I really believe they would have used me as an example for any other artist or anybody else who dared to try to do what I did.
Thousands of Gambian dissidents have made Senegal their home, but here too they fear the Gambian security services. We've spoken to a number of Gambian artists, journalists, and social activists. None of them would speak to us on camera, too scared of the repercussion this could have on their families back home. Gambian authorities have still not given Al Jazeera permission to report inside the country. Tourists, though, are welcome to visit. The country nicknamed the Smiling Coast received 60,000 British nationals on holiday last year.
I think that what is happening in Gambia is invisible. People don't know about this sense of fear. Even you can feel it, you can touch it when you are in Gambia. People really are scared about talking. People are scared about thinking different than what the government is saying. It's this kind of fear that is everywhere.
Away from Gambia and no longer afraid, rapper Ace is looking for a safe place to express himself. He's been refused visa entry to the United States. In hiding in Senegal, Ace has not lost hope, determined more than ever to make his music heard. Nicholas Hawk, Al Jazeera, Dakar, Senegal.
Good day to all of you, wherever you may be. I wish to make a statement to express my indignation with the state of affairs in our country, the Gambia, and to urge all my fellow Gambians and all those people who subscribe to democratic norms to devise means to end dictatorship in the Gambia. As recent actions and pronouncements by dictator Yahya Jammeh have shown, the tyrant clearly has severe mental problems. Unless Gambians and the international community do something urgently, the destruction of the Gambian social fabric will continue, and in its wake, we are likely to have a failed state characterized by severe political turmoil or violent civil strife. This is an outcome that we must all work together to prevent by finally showing Jammeh that we are utterly serious. The dictator has apparently mistaken our insistence on a non-violent strategy as cowardice, and that has made him even more belligerent. We still believe in non-violence, but it's time we devise much more aggressive measures to teach Jammeh some useful or serious lessons. We must all have one objective: to end dictatorship now.
Very great. You're talking about 2025? And I pray that we all live long enough to see that day. Maybe when you come here to interview me, I will show you Westerners looking for jobs in this country. Billahi wallahi ta'ala.
Recently, hundreds of Gambian youths around the country embark on a rather deadly journey illegally. This journey, aside the dangers it exposes one to, has a great impact on social, political and economic outcome of the nation. The question still remains, why do youth still embark on this horrific and deadly journey?
Hi you.
ถุงถังกระป๋องโยนไปหมดถ่ายรูปไว้ด้วยถังอะไรลอยได้โยนไปถ่ายวิดีโอไว้หน่อยใครมีกล้องถ่ายวิดีโอไว้น้องๆดูวิดีโอไว้ดิ
ครับถ่ายอยู่ครับผม
เปิดบันไดลำรอบกลับซ้ายเอาไว้ขึ้นมาอย่างนี้ปล่อยไว้ไม่ได้แล้วครับผมเปิดบันไดลำรอบกลับซ้ายครับ
ginnaaw bi moom ni ma ko gisee moom baaxul ci sama gis-gis baaxul parce que xale yi bu ñu amoon lu leen gënal du ñu war a dem yoonu ginnaaw di fa dem ñenn ñi di dugg ñenn ñi du ñu egg di dee ci yoon bi man moom wax dëgg yàlla sama doom mu ngi bëgg a dem waaye dama bañ amoo ma ko gaa pour sax fayal ko waaye su ma ko amoon du ma ko def parce que xale yi dem nii dee ni gën a daaw xale yi dem ci koor gi dee dañu bari.
Bagwe bi yëpp is all about ambition la rek. Yep, ambition la because nga seet soo waree toog nga feel ne nekkuloo si dara yaa ngi aimless yaa ngi home nga toog ba war a dara gis yoon bi no we a bàyyi óor na la ne soo demee di nga succeed foog nga dem foog nga dem
mi ad na funding kata because of batani nati na funding kata because be janne man doku soto yalla ni mon tara doku la mon tara fenna jang so ga dolbe jewol ka fuka jaaw fol ke dolbe je yalla ne kata maso yalla nin ko la so kol man so ne ya wala na funding be kata ni baku wel
ñu suñ kenn ñun ñëpp suñu waree toog war a wéeru si maire bi tam dafa métti because ñun dañ teel a bàyyi school xam nga ñëpp duñ mën a jàng daal foog ñeneen tam nekk si dara ñii dañoo jàng ñii nekk si métier yi ndax dëkkal mën a dem tam because ñun ñëpp suñ ne dañoo toog xool ci jàngakat yi rek ñooñ tam du mën a dem daal foog ñu jàppale leen xam nga so man daal nu ma ko gisee daal man Lamine Diop son su ma ko amoon dama dem daal da nga ñëw sax si suba nii sax nga am looy réglé nii sax war a mën a ndékki sax doo mën a ndékki daf dee métti because liggéey da ngaa toog nii liggéey du am comme suma boy bi nu mu ko waxee nii da ngaa toog full day sax job du am waaw waaye soo nekkoon nii si biti nii at least maybe soo nekkee si dara sax dafa tane no
den dol katara jande ka bin somonda mbuga fem fon waaf yes nga se wala nyama som dam bul ken sang ara business ko bora nyama mbesila yes business ko bora nyama mu kan na fon so laftala nyami mbesila ndita ba ku wel